Wall-E is the newest racer in Disney's Speedstorm. He is an epic speedster and he is a part of the Wall-E collection, and today I'm going to go over everything you need to know about his stats, abilities, crew members, and more, just the ultimate Wall-E guide. Taking a look at his crew members, there are only 6 to choose from in the Wall-E collection. You're obviously going to want to throw Hall on him, or Hale, however you pronounce it. This is his epic crew member. It's going to give him a big stat boost to all of his different stats. Going to let him start with the skill Cloak and give a skill bonus to his special power waste allocation. Then there is also Mo, who you probably aren't going to want to run. It gives bonuses to acceleration, boost, and hack, which I just don't think they're the most useful stats for Wall-E personally. And then you have Auto, who's going to give you top speed, combat, a bonus to bomb, and the loot point bonus. Auto, you're definitely going to want to run. That top speed is essential if you have the choice. Then there's PRT, who's going to give you acceleration and cloak. This isn't the worst, remember, as the cloak bonus is nice. However, I don't think it's necessary. Then there is John and Mary. He's going to give you handling, more loot points, and a skill bonus to shield. You definitely don't want to run this one on Wall-E. This is probably the worst of all the crew members. And then finally there's G04, who's going to give you a top speed bonus and a skill bonus to boost. You definitely going to want to run this. These are both super useful. So ranking the crew members, I'd say number 1, run Hall. Number 2, run Auto. Number 3, run G04. And then number 4, go either to PRT or to Mo. Me personally, I think I'm picking PRT over Mo. However, it depends what level they're each at. Now taking a look at Wall-E's stats here, he has 3,000 top speed, this is at level 15 by the way, 3,000 top speed, about 5,000 acceleration, 5,700 handling, 5,400 boost, and 2,200 combat. So pretty much he has a, decent stat curve. His top speed is obviously lacking, his combat's lacking. It reminds me a lot of like Stitch's curve a little bit. Very similar to that. It is definitely a good stat tree. Now let's go talk about Wall-E's ability and actually see him in action in an actual race. If we head over to multiplayer, we're going to play him in local free play just strictly for the benefit of showing off all of Wall-E's skills and tools, what he has. Adam, we'll pick the Toon Village Bridgeway. Why not hard? We'll do 4 laps on super fast. If we take a look here, Wall-E's ability is called Waste Allocation. He spawns many piles of scrap metal on the track. Collecting the scrap metal grants a weak boost and manual boost fuel. If he collects 3 scrap piles, he spawns a wide wall behind himself that stuns opponents. And his charged activation, he uses the fire extinguisher for a strong push forward many times. Now based on my limited experience playing Wall-E in his limited event and such, I think that the normal activation is better. It reminds me of Baloo's Pumpkins and Elsa's Ice Wall mixed together, whereas the charged activation felt kinda lackluster, and the boosts forward that you would get from the fire extinguishers just did not feel worth it in my opinion. I just don't think they were impactful enough to justify using it over the normal activation, which was already really strong, just picking up the piles of scrap, and the wall just feels like a bonus on top of all of that, in my personal opinion. Now taking a look at the rest of Wall-E's kits, he has the boost power-up, which is his secondary power-up, and his shot power-up. These are going to level up with him. If you can see at power 1, they're at 1 star, and once you get Wall-E to 5 stars, these will be maxed out as well. The cloak and the hack do not level up, which is why you should probably run the crew member that boosts the cloak ability, because you definitely want a level 5 cloak just to help Wall-E out even more. It's definitely super useful if you can have 3 of your abilities maxed out, and hack doesn't really matter. It's not really useful anyway, so I wouldn't prioritize leveling up this skill and getting crew members to boost it. But let's take Wall-E into a race and actually show off some of his stats, what he's kind of like in game, and his unique ability, so you guys can see how good it is and whether you should be using the normal or charged activation in your races and the Wall-E event. Alright, here we are loaded into the Toon Village. I do believe we're on level 45, so you're going to get to see Wall-E at his sort of best here, what he's like once you've dumped a ton of resources into him, how fast he really can be. And we're playing on very hard too, so all the AI are cranked up to the max, and they should hopefully be able to compete properly with us. So here we're going to use the normal activation and pick up the piles of scrap right there. We got 1, we got 2, and we got 3, and then you can see behind us the wall of scrap should go up. I don't think I got to get a good glimpse at it there. And then using the charged activation, you can see the fire extinguisher is pushing me forward. It is nice at power 4, which is what I'm at right now, but I think at power 2, when you're in the events, for Wally, trying to unlock him, I don't think it's nearly as worth it. So I think if you're at a high level like I am right now with a maxed out Wally, it might be more worth it. You might get more value out of the fire extinguisher. However, if you're just playing Wally normally at a low level where you just unlock its ability, the fire extinguisher isn't going to feel nearly as good as it did just here in my race, from my opinion and experience at least. Okay, we're gonna dodge everyone. Wally does have a pretty good boost stat, and he gets the boost power up quite a lot, so it should be pretty easy to maintain his boost bar in my opinion, which is definitely a good thing. It's always nice when you can just boost forever with the character. Hop on the grind rail here. I would like to get his unique ability again, and I want to show off the fire extinguisher, what it's like when you aren't boosting, because I definitely think it feels a lot worse than. We'll take the top route, sort of avoid these people, and we'll go down here, try and grab one of these power-ups. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna let our boost bar run out. There we go. And now if we activate his fire extinguisher, you can see it is propelling me forward, but I can't drift while I'm doing it for one, so don't try and drift. It's just gonna make it worse, and it kind of slows you down a little bit. Alright, we're still in first place despite the really aggressive AI, which I'm okay with, and we're going to try and use his normal activation a little bit more, try and farm some of those piles of scrap and make the wall behind me to the best of my abilities. Grab it 3 times, and there we go. The pile of scrap is pretty small. I think I saw it there on the track. It definitely feels a little lackluster. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing the full thing, but it looks like it's just like 2 little red dots on the ground. I don't know. And again, using this fire extinguisher, I just think it's too hard to maintain your boost and drift with it. I think it just drains your boost bar and isn't really that good compared to like I can grab this scrap and it fills up my manual boost bar. It boosts me forward like the fire extinguisher, and I get to build a wall behind me. Like, I don't know. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comments below. What ability do you think is stronger with Wally? But I'm personally not feeling the other one. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. We'll have to see. But we are coming to nearing the end of the race here. Still definitively in first place. I do really like Wally's stat tree. I think depending on how good his top speed is, if you can get enough crew members to boost it up, he could be potentially a really strong, competitively viable option. Because his abilities aren't bad. I don't think he's going to be S tier by any means, but I could see him landing himself in maybe the A or B tier. He definitely doesn't have that S tier oomph, but he also doesn't feel like a terrible racer. He's got some good speed to him, which I really do like. But there we go. Wally in first place. But yeah, that's Wally in Disney Speedstorm. Let me know what you guys think. Just a little quick guide on the character, showcasing his abilities, the best crew members, and everything you need to know about his stats and more. Go check out my other videos on Wally today if you haven't already. He's a brand new racer. There's a lot of gameplay that I have up on him on my channel, so go check those videos out, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.